Rockets win the tip. So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Bradley Beal is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Avdia in at the 3 spot.
And last season, we saw teams double and trap James Harden more than any other player in the league. As soon as he crossed half court, they did not want the ball in his hands.
And all the trapping had to frustrate Harden. But whatever may come, he's going to make the right play.
Yeah, and he can, Jay, because he's not just a good passer. He's a great passer. He averaged over double digits assists the year they played him at point guard. He makes you pay for sending help.
Now, here is Harden. Gordon, the pass to Wall. Harden has a wide open look. And the 3 off target.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Avdia kicks to Westbrook. Pass to Avdia. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound by House. Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Gordon. And that comes off the assist by John Wall.
Ooh, the lost art of the mid-range J. Gordon just measured it perfectly, squaring up and knocking it down.
Westbrook dishes to Bryant. Outside for Beal. Pass to Avdia. Wizards passing it around. Shot on the wing. The shot's good from Westbrook.
Well, tall players like Bryant have a unique vantage point. It helps him see the open man.
Rockets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Wall against Westbrook. A nice shot by Wall.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Harden, no good.
Well, that's one of the few times they'll get away with leaving him that wide open.
Westbrook passes to Bryant. Now Beal. Rebound by House.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Out of up. Washington takes possession. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Good evening, Kevin. I was able to talk with the Rockets head coach. He talked about the importance of controlling where Russell Westbrook shoots from in this one. Coach said if we make him an outside shooter, that's a win for us. When he gets into the paint is when teams don't have an answer. So it looks like they'll invite Westbrook to shoot from deep as often as he wants. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Here's Wall. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Wall's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Oh, that's just big boy strength from Wall. He can out-muscle you on these contact finishes.
Here's Westbrook. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds to the Wizards as Washington retains possession. And Beal kicks to Westbrook. And the dunk by Westbrook.
The defense sees Westbrook coming, but his verticality makes him almost unstoppable.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Beal against Harden. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Well, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then other others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts.
And the awareness of Wall, a guy you can count on to find the open man.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Cousins. Christian Wood comes in for Danuel House. And it's Ben McLemore in for Gordon. McLemore, no good.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open three like that.
Now here's Harden. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. It's Wood, top of the key. Harden against Berton. And Harden with the basket on the assist from Wall. Wall's got 3 assists now in this one. And one of the premier floor spacers in this game now, Bertans. Greg presents a matchup nightmare.
I mean, no one can challenge his shot. He's 6'10", has that high quick release, and can hit it from 30 feet. 2 years in a row now, he's been over 42% from range. And the scary part is he's starting to round out the rest of his game.
Rockets have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. There's McLemore. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Smith, the pass to Bonga. Traps in the tray.
Well, this is what Smith does best, keeping his eyes moving to set up the open man.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Houston Rockets. 46 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Teardrop shot, and the layup is up and in. Harden's got his second bucket tonight.
Oh, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
The shot's good from Smith.
Oh, Smith is a fighter, someone who usually doesn't back down from anyone, especially on these types of shots.
Houston in the lead. And here's Wall. 6 points for him. Puts it up from 12. There's 21 seconds left here in the first quarter. And finished off by Wood.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint. Here's Smith. Left side, Brown. Bonga, the pass to Brown. Stolen by Harden. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Houston on top. They lead by 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. Naturally a ball-dominant player, James Harden talked to us.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. Of course, running off the ball is something.
Giving their offense another dynamic.
And it also helps him preserve some energy for those big moments in the big games.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a number standpoint?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. They've got Smith. Now there's Bertans out there with Mo Wagner. Then there's Brown, and it's Bonga in at the 3 slot. Here's Smith. The Rockets making the shot. It's stolen by Wall. And the jam by Harden.
Oh, and Harden is just ferocious with his dunk, just ramming it in the defense's face.
Smith with it, and it's Harden picking him up. There's the pass to Bonga. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Bonga's got 5 points so far. And that's a foul, and it's called on Troy Brown. That's his first foul. Gordon's checked in for James Harden. Beal's checked in for Washington. Westbrook comes in for Ish Smith. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Here's Wall. The Rockets again can't hit.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration.
Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Wow.
He uses his finesse to get flashy. I mean, Westbrook is an elite above the rim finisher.
Here's Wall. He's got 6. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. And it's denied. Around the pass to Beal. And finished off by Beal.
Beal is graceful on the drive. Clever at finding ways around the defense.
The Rockets trail. Now Wall. Outside Gordon. Outside Wall. Over Westbrook. Wall missing again.
Even when the D is playing off of him, the mid-range jumper shouldn't be the shot they're looking for.
And finished off by Westbrook.
And the vertical Westbrook possesses is tremendous. I mean, he uses it to perfection on these dunks.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then. But I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
And so here is Houston after the basket by Washington. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
It's so tough to slow down Wall. Once he has a head of steam behind him, you got to foul or either hope he misses.
And so John Wall nails both of them. And so Bryant will bring it up for Washington. Double team on Westbrook. Stolen by Tucker. Oh, and here we go. Wall's got it. The fast break chance. Another miss by Houston.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there.
And last season, P.J. Tucker signing a 6-figure sneaker deal with Nike, maybe helping to offset how much he spent on shoes over the years.
Yeah, G.A., the most renowned sneakerhead in this league. He owns thousands of pairs, and you'll even see him change sets in the middle of the game.
Here is Wall after the made shot from Bradley Beal. That one's good, and the Washington lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Wall. Here's Westbrook. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Hachimura against Wall. And the slam dunk by Wall.
There's no let up in John Wall's attack. He makes his mind up that he's scoring, and then he just does.
For Washington, they've gotten nearly everything to fall for them here in the second quarter. They're a great 7 of 8 from the floor. Beal against Gordon. Beal taking his time here. 6 to shoot. Outside Westbrook. And no good. Wall with some nice D. For Houston, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. That gives them the lead. Wall's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
They have ridden him today, and it has paid off in a big way.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
He's got the hot hand right now. As long as he can keep getting open, they've got to keep feeding him.
Houston making a switch here. Harden's checked in.
And when you think about being fashion forward, Russell Westbrook's fearlessness extends to his game day outfits.
Oh, come on, Jay. Russ lives by the motto. Why not? I mean, the same reckless abandon we see on the court, yeah, it's reflected in his clothing.
Washington calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
It's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. For Washington, they've gone 8 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Really flowing here. Smith outside. Here's Beal. Here's Bryant. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, not the most explosive athlete. Bryant beats you with a nice combination of skill and size.
There's 42 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Bucket is good.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Smith in the posts, covered by Wall. Bryant. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Bryant's got his second basket of the game.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
It's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
First trip to the line for him here, and he makes the first. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And for the Rockets, their shooting has been just outrageous, 64% from the field to this point. Harden inside the three-point line, and too long on the shot. Here's Beal, and finished off by Beal.
Beal is so dangerous in the open floor. He can burn you with his speed, his shooting, in pretty much every way.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Wizards lead by 3. And now let's catch up with David.
Thanks, Kevin. Russell, how confident are you that there's nobody that can stay?
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. There was no stopping Russell Westbrook in the first half. He had 25 points. And that's a wrap.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
He did a great job of attacking the seams, getting to the rim, and then finishing strong.
Harden and Gordon are out on the wing. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Wall, and it's House, and at the 4. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Gordon up on top. Shoots over Avdia. Second chance shot. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from House.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Good on the shot.
Oh, seemingly unstoppable right now. Westbrook's dynamic style of play gives defenders headaches.
The 3 from Harden. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
His offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish.
Here's Westbrook. Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 with that basket.
Rock solid start for him. I mean, they're 3 for 3 since coming out of the locker room.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Houston Rockets. It's a 5-point game. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Harden's got 17 now.
They're on target from the start of the half. I mean, they're moving well. They're getting some good shots. And that makes them 3 for 4 from the field since halftime.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
Harden against Beal. Harden kicks to House. Gordon dishes to Wall. Shot clock at 6. And he lays it straight in. 18 points for him.
So that makes him 4 for 5. I mean, I think that's pretty good numbers. I mean, they've got to be pleased with how things are playing off so far.
Washington calls timeout. You know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to, how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Gets the bucket and the foul. They get Russell Westbrook.
Give credit to how hard Cousins works for each and every rebound. Really exerts a lot of energy on the glass.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. That free throw good from Cousins. Wizards have gotten every shot that dropped since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, what you do appreciate about Westbrook is how determined he is. I mean, he plays with such a contagious intensity.
And Russell Westbrook drops them both. Rockets trail by 4. Here's Wall. They get it back. Tucker. Westbrook with the block.
Always in a relentless pursuit of the ball. Westbrook is capable of making stand-out defensive plays.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Here's Westbrook. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Westbrook's got 27.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
For Houston, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. And Wall, here we go now. Lays it up and banks it in. Washington's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Houston making some changes. Christian Woods checked in for Cousins. And McLemore subbed in for John Wall. How about that mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Here's Gordon. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. The Wizards with the lead. Here's Wagner. And it goes down 2 points.
Oh, no hesitation from Hachimura. Once he spots the open man, gets the ball right to him.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it.
And last year, to create cap space for Anthony Davis, the Lakers traded Wagner to the Wizards. And boy, he showed a lot of promise.
Yeah, he became the first player since Yao Ming to score 30 points and pull down 15 rebounds off the bench. And if you think that was a fluke, why don't you go back and watch the Rising Stars game? He showed he can match up with elite talent. The defense probably had a plan for Westbrook's drive, but he's so dynamic. I mean, it all falls apart.
Here's Gordon to the paint. Kicks it out to Harden. There's the 3. Nailed from three-point land. Harden's got a pair of 3s now here in the third for Houston. It's Westbrook with the drive and finished off by Westbrook.
Hey, that's the sauce right there. Westbrook with the elite handle. Gets all the space he needs for the shot.
Rockets trail by 3. 1:32 left to play in the third. Here's Gordon. Here's Wood. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Westbrook passes to Bertans. Here's Hachimura. No good with the triple. Houston's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you a superb athlete.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
And see, Webb, the strength and conditioning of James Harden, something I'm not certain everybody has an appreciation for.
Yeah, and to your point, back in high school, despite leading Artesia to back-to-back state championships, Harden dealt with asthma and was frankly out of shape. Over the years, dedication to diet and training, that enabled him to reach new heights.
For the lead, and he uses the glass on the layup. Harden's got 14 points here in the second half.
Oh, even with contact, the defense isn't enough to slow Harden. I mean, just a guy who gets it done on his drives to the rack.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Clearly a foul.
And this is his fourth trip to the free throw line tonight. And he sinks the second.
Yeah, look, you'd like to take the lead on that possession, but at least he was able to tie the game up.
It's Harden with the drive, and the jam by Harden.
Oh, and when Harden is going strong to the rim, he's looking for the throwdown, ripping the rim down hard on that one.
Westbrook, it counts, and the foul. It's going to be on James Harden.
He's perfect from the field this quarter. He's giving them the fits out there.
The Wizards have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well. The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. Rockets trail.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, no need to give the ball back here. You want to close this quarter with momentum.
Harden against Smith. Harden, that's good.
Harden's strength is part of what makes him special. Able to score through all kinds of contact.
Left side, Westbrook. Good work there as it goes. Westbrook's got 37. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail-biter.
And here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Oh, beautiful feed. Always a luxury to have a big man who can see the whole floor.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Taking a look at the Wizards. And in the backcourt, it's Smith and Beal. Travis Berton's out there with Avdia. And it's Bonga in at the small forward spot. Here's Smith. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Yeah, just trying to keep the momentum now, and that's easier said than done.
John Wall's checked in for Houston.
Well, Ish has made a lot of stops along his way in his NBA career, but it's a credit to his fortitude that he continues to work and, more importantly, improve every year.
Beal finds Smith. Here's Bertonis. The Rockets pull it in. Woods got 4 rebounds now tonight. Outside, Wall. Passes it to Cousins. From 8. Avdia with the rebound.
They came close there to tying it up.
That was a really important possession, especially at this stage of the game. Painful miss.
To the inside. Wood with the bucket. Woods got it all tied up now for the Rockets.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Smith's shot is good.
That kind of aggression has led to an increased role for Smith these past few years. I mean, they want to play it fast and attack.
Beal against Harden. Floats one up. Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Yeah, it seems like whenever one team scores, the other comes right back with a bucket of its own.
And stolen by Cousins. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Cousins has got 4 points in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Bonga. Doesn't go that time. And the Rockets take it the other way. And Wall kicks to Wood. Inside. Here's Cousins. That one off the back iron and out.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Cousins against Smith. Back to Bertans. And the rejection by Cousins.
And one of the things Cousins has continued to develop is defense. Really makes an effort to swat that shot away. I mean, I don't always like the 3 on the fast break, but the D was set up well inside.
Smith dishes to Beal. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. The 3 from Bertans. Good. And it's Beal picking up the assist. Beal's got 3 assists in the game. Now a timeout called by Houston.
And we so often talk about the elite scoring, but Beal's playmaking is now reaching that same level.
Yeah, it just shows you how talented and unselfish he is. All he wants to do is win. I mean, that talent requires help from your teammates. So he uses his vision and instincts and ability to keep them involved.
Houston making a switch. Gordon's checked in. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, guys. Well, the Rockets coach had some words for his team during the timeout. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
Westbrook passes to Bryant. Here's Hachimura. And that's good for 2 as he grabs the feed. And it's a tie ball game.
Yeah, he's not afraid to step up in a big spot. Hachimura, I like to see him up his intensity and deliver.
Drops in the breakaway layup. Westbrook's got 39.
They need points, so Westbrook gets aggressive. So determined to provide for the team.
And so Bryant will bring it up for Washington. The drive by Beal. The kick out to Bryant. And it's Beal in the corner. Nice ball movement by Washington. Rocket 6. Here's Hachimura. He's off on that one. Nice D from Cousins. Harden finds Cousins. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 4 assists now tonight.
Oh, man. And in these moments, Cousins is ready to take these shots. He does not shy away in the big moment.
Pass to Avdia. 1:31 left in the game. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Terrific and one on that one. Those are the kind of plays, guys, that win basketball games.
Rockets trail by 3. Harden outside. Takes a 3. Rebound, Washington. Here's Westbrook. Banked in off the glass. Westbrook's got 41.
Can you believe that? This is why we love this game. Westbrook finding a way to come up.
From deep, Harden hits it from 3-point range.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
Well, the height Wall possesses, it allows him to get up to these type of blocks. Shooters have to be aware of his reach.
There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Westbrook passes to Hachimura. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one's on Eric Gordon.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the dude.
What a story Rui Hachimura is. The first ever Japanese player to be drafted in the NBA. And he's a great ambassador for our game.
Wow, I tell you what, those free throws will give them some much-needed breathing room. 2-possession game now.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're trailing by 4. 51 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Russell Westbrook.
And his performance has been a jaw-dropper. It
must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
Pass to Harden. Fires for three. Washington with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
It's stolen by Wall. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Back to Harden. Count it!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 4-point ball game. Now a timeout called by Houston. They're behind by 4. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
Yeah, and quick. No room for error, no time to waste.
– 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Cousins relishing the opportunity to come through in the big moment in a big way for his team.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Outside, Gordon takes the three. Hachimura grabs the miss. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
With a chance to ice the game, he's got perfect focus at the line. Now, you could put this one in the books.
And so it's the Wizards with the W. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Russell.